to welcome you to my little shop of spirit. In today's reading, we'll be free channeling and just letting whatever message needs to come through, come through. So let's begin. So there seems to be a celebration of some sort, and I'm hearing drunken celebration, and I also feel like something is coming full circle or becoming complete. Like, I don't really feel like there is a, the full circle is really just it coming to completion, but really there's almost like a triangular aspect here there's like an element of threes that keeps appearing, so it's almost like the circle is like appearing as a triangle really, and it completing itself. This is interesting. So I feel like you're actually kind of celebrating like a death of something or like the end of something. And it's something that actually seems like could have metaphorically killed you, or like, it was really hard to go through. But, I'm getting it's like you're the sort of person, and I just said actually you're the sight. And I do feel like you have a vision of some sort that you're like upholding right now. That's really important. But I feel like you're the sort of person that takes even negative emotions or negative experiences and you view them like on you, you going through them. I don't think you're someone who would put someone through a negative experience and be like, that was great for you. But I do think you're someone who would experience a negative emotion or experience a negative event and then be like, ultimately, this was good or this was beautiful because, it's all about the experience. Life is all about the experience. And I think you see the importance in the negativity, so you value, it has a value. I won't say you value negativity as much as you value positivity, because I think in all honesty, positivity does have a more value. It does have more meaning, or I won't say it has more meaning, but it just has like, you want to raise your vibration. You don't want to align to like low vibration things. But with that said, I do feel like you take low, vibrations, low experiences, you transmute very well. That's kind of what I'm getting at, I guess. You transmute like exceptionally. You take negative happenings and you view them as they have their own beauty, really. You view beautiful things that are outright beautiful are easy to see the beauty in. But I think many will stop there and just say those things are exclusively beautiful, but you will actually take something that people kind of are repelled from, or like things that repulse people, like negative experiences, negative emotions, and you'll find the beauty in those even. So I do think that's kind of what you are. I won't say strangely, and it's not like it's ironic or anything, but it's like you are unexpectedly celebrating this hard time of yours, because I think that for as much pain as you go through, there will be that much more light, that much more, reward. So I think you are sort of in the phase where you've felt the pain, and there's a momentum towards the other, it's like I think you are someone who takes your spirituality and like you believe in like a scientific sense. So I'm getting like for every I forget how it goes, but it's like for every action there's an opposite reaction or something like that. And it's like you've been through a lot of pain, so you're like, the opposite is coming. Like, the opposite, like the rebound that is just science and energy and like the science of energy. Like, you're expecting the rebound to happen, and you're moving, the momentum is going towards really your abundance, overflowing cups, passion, warmth, fun, experience, social experience. It's 11:22 on the clock. I just heard you are celebrating your, if you want to call it a hardship. It objectively was 1123 on the clock, 11:23 on the clock, as I say that. It objectively was a hardship, but you've transmuted it and you view it in a way that makes it like growth, opportunity, abundance. So that's what you're celebrating. And I think you are quietly celebrating it to yourself. Though I think others recognize the potential and the momentum that you have right now and are maybe mentally celebrating it even more than you are. But you almost feel like alone in this celebration, honestly. Like, maybe others are celebrating you, but there's something about the celebration that maybe feels like it's unshared with others. It's almost like, you have all your dreams coming true and then, like, no one to share it with, and you just feel like you're dying from that. Like, it feels like that is killing you. And it's like you're using the last of what you have, the last drops that you have in your cup to replenish you so that you can restore your cup back to overflowing. But it's like you are literally drinking the last drop. So I don't know, what took you to that point. You will know, obviously, in your circumstances, what took you to this point. I got a knock on the door there as I was just about to share with you that I came to, or I was hearing 4 horsemen when I was asking, like, I don't know what happened to you to, like, put you in this position, but you will know. And I heard when I asked that, like, 4 horsemen. And I think it's 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. I'm not well versed on that or what that is. I think that's a biblical thing. And I think each of them represents something, though I'm not sure. Like, one of them may be, like, they're like allegories. They're allegories, I think. So, you may have went through, wow, your situation may be like spiritual, like your physical 3D experiences may be like spiritual allegory for higher symbols. Like, spirituality, like, or I don't know why I said that, like, allegory for humbleness. Allegory for nobility, allegory for, like, I think your experiences are so intense and so potent and pointed, they become like spiritual allegory. So, another thing I was getting to is, like, all of the things that are building this momentum towards, I feel like it's a couple of different things. 2 or more things, and maybe it's just one specific thing at the moment, but there's another thing on the back burner, and 2 things at once, or more than 2 things at once, but more than 1 thing at once. They're gonna come in, like, all at once and unexpectedly. Like, you're not gonna see it coming. You just need to keep moving forward, tilting your head forward, tilting your, keep, like, just moving forward. And, raising your vibration, protecting your energy. Protecting your energy, I'm hearing, is something that's currently significant for you. There may be someone that's emotionally manipulative with intention around you. Someone who is actually very emotionally intelligent, but may act more unaware than they truly are when truly they're immersed in their emotions, but they may act more unaware than they are emotionally because it serves them. And I'm feeling like perhaps I don't know that this, like, emotional manipulation is necessarily like, I want to get something out of you. It may just be like a self-protective thing, but someone being self-protective may hurt you in the process. So it is something that you need to be aware of. They may not be intentionally hurting you, but that doesn't mean they won't hurt you in the process. So you still have to be protected, but I think that's why you are protected. And, earlier when I said protect your energy, I was, like, imagining, I saw someone in my mind's eye wearing, like, full medieval knight garb, and specifically, like, chainmail, I think it's called. Is that where you, like, send... I think you're someone who is, like, rather mystical, and as I mentioned earlier, something felt like it was killing you, had killed you, was going to kill you. You had to revive something within you, and as I said earlier on that, you drink, it's like you symbolically were drinking the last of the nectar within your own cups to replenish your cup so that they could overflow once more. Because, whoa, sorry about that. I was just remembering earlier, I was like, I don't know what caused you to go through this. And then I was like, and then this popped out, and then I was explaining this person and how they were maybe being self-protective. And then that doesn't mean they'll hurt you, but they could hurt you. And then, I'm realizing this person did hurt you. Okay, this person did hurt you, and you literally had to just revive something within yourself, like, from the dead. Like, I think you realized how maybe I think you have like a very big heart and a pure heart, and I would even argue at one point maybe a too big of a heart because it injured you. So I think there is such a thing as too big of a heart, because there is a right sized heart, because a too small of a heart is hardened. Too big of a heart becomes self-sacrificing. You just finally realize, like, if you were giving away your all to everybody, you can't give it to yourself. So you had to, drink those last little drops of nectar. And I feel like whenever this was happening for you, when you drank those, like, nectar, those last bits of nectar that you had to offer, it's like you had nowhere to go and nothing to give. And I felt like you just felt like you were just used in sort of like you were like a dirty rag really being like tossed to the floor, is how you felt after this circumstance with this person. And it's like when you had nothing and you were like having to lean on yourself once more, or maybe even for the first time, but at least in this time, you're finding you had to lean on yourself more than you felt you would ever, more than you believed you would ever have to, because of how this person led you. This person allows you to believe that, okay? So that's a level of manipulation there in the circumstance. That's way early on in the beginning of this, like, developing though. But when you found you had to lean on yourself once more, it's almost like you were stepping into nothingness. And it's like you're opening up like a curio cabinet, and it's like all these different options of like, I have nothing, I have nowhere to go, I have, nothing. And it's like, you were at the beginning of a journey almost after this happened, and it almost felt foggy and confusing, just the door that it opened, because the door opened up to more doors. It's like you opened up a door and went into a room, and then it's just a room of doors, and you're like, like, that one, and none of the doors are labeled. You don't know what goes where. You don't know where the door will take you. You don't know how long the passage will be. Like, you know nothing. You see all the doors, though. That's it. You're on your, what this is about, though, is this was to do with your career. So it's almost like, leaning on yourself. You gave your all to this King of Cups in reversed figure, including, your self-reliance. You even gave over your independence. You gave over everything. You weren't an independent single entity, you were really like an accessory of this person, and they took that for granted. You should have never been an accessory to this person. I feel like, this wasn't a good place for you to be in, so you were never meant to be there, and really it's like this breakdown was always going to happen. It's just like when, but you never saw that coming. I think this person anticipated that coming, perhaps. But so basically now you're on your way to coin, because you realize part of your journey of being more self-reliant is being more independent. Okay, not handing over your independence to others, not handing over the trust you give yourself, and the time you give yourself, the reliance you give on yourself to others. Like, you can lean on yourself more. Maybe, I won't say anything except for, I'm being compelled to say, you lean on others in this time, because you believed, rightfully you believed, because it was what was given to you as a bare truth. You believed that you could exist within this space safely, so you didn't seek anything beyond this space. You didn't seek, during this time, you may have touched on it, but you weren't like going through as much transformation as you are in this very moment. And you were maybe a little bit, but it wasn't as profound and as deep and as transformational as it is now. And like, maybe this is the most transformational moment of your life thus far. And basically that this is about you coming into your own, as far as like you're on a journey of being able to support yourself. I feel like you gave your all and more than you had to give to others, and they took that and they took it for granted. So you're realizing now, you were left with empty cups when these people left you in the dirt, in the dust, in the cold, in the dark, whatever. You were left with empty cups intentionally on their ends. They wanted you dry, okay? They wanted you to be dry because they want their accessory. They want their accessory to latch right onto the belt loop, to stick right onto, you're a sticker, you're a key fob, like a decorated key fob. Like, that's what your energy was to this person. But you are so much more grander than that. Obviously, what you embody, it cannot be minimized down to that little tiny thing. unempathetic and dehumanizing to go through that. So just for you to take dehumanizing things that you've went through and like to alchemize and transmute and transform and transmit that into positive abundance opportunity. Now, do you want to sit here and say that you honestly believe that the person, you, that can be described in such a way can be described also so minimally? No. So we also have the world. I think this is you now. You are like, you have transformed. You're like, you're ready to take flight and show yourself to the world. Really, you have something to show the world. You have something to show the world. And I feel like, in you entering the world, you feel, I think, in the position you are right now, because, in that earlier space before you felt like you needed to lean on yourself more, you, as I said earlier, you weren't pressured to expand yourself as much because in the sense of this situation, and obviously in other senses you may have been like, I want to travel the world, I want to do this, I want to, but in this sense, you never thought you needed more than this because you felt safe in believing that you didn't. You felt you could believe you didn't. This was something special and you knew it was. But because you never expanded or anything like that, and this is kind of all you had, and I'm hearing you had to make yourself completely transparent for this person while they were like a black hole. There's no transparency on their end. There's no reciprocation of what you were giving back, but you didn't see that. Because if you were the clear glass, then all you're seeing is straight through. You're just seeing them through you. So what I was going to say though is because of this situation, you're entering the world, how you feel like, you have this thing to present, you feel blind because it almost feels like you're being like pushed forcibly into this position. At this point you want to be here, you're celebrating, at this point there's no turning back. From this situation, there's no turning back. I don't know how to say how permanent it is, how to put symbolically on how permanent it is, but you have poured the foundation, okay, for this new stage. Because there's no going back because of what's transpired here in the past. But it's like you have this thing to show the world and you feel a little blind, but you're going, you're flying, you're taking flight, you're entering, you're outside. So I want to get one final message for you to just see, does your spirit team, does spirit in general, does the universe, does anything of love and light want to come through and give you a guiding message as a final word? Let's see. Also, I'm hearing this thing of yours that you are bringing into the world. It is like fantasy. It is magical, and it's a quality you possess as well. It's this thing you're bringing into the world. It's a possession that you hold, but it's also a quality within you. And I heard it's going to send shockwaves into the world. And also it will allow you to build your kingdom, build your castle. It will allow you to finally stop and smell the flowers. And I'm getting chills as y'all, what just happened to me is literally crazy. So I was shuffling, chatting, okay, and I just happened to get up and find that, I don't know how long ago, we stopped recording. Okay, I need to figure out how to, see my camera timer, away from my camera, but, anyways, I got up and saw that we weren't recording, and just right before we cut off, though, okay, I was explaining to you how, okay, this card flew out across the table. You didn't get to see it, but, it flew out, out of the deck as I was shuffling. It flew out, and I was just about to discuss with you how I don't know how if it will make it in past editing, but earlier as I was shuffling the deck, it went crazy and exploded, and I had to do a little mini cleanup. So I was I don't know if it'll make it in. But what's interesting is earlier when that happened, all of the cards were face down except for this card. So when I did all that cleanup, came back up here, started shuffling again, and when this one came out, okay, so I guess this is our card is what I'm getting to. But I was just kind of mind blown. Okay, oh my gosh, that's not even the crazy part too, though. That was the first crazy part. The second crazy part was when I go on there and I'm when I go on my camera, I'm watching the video back to see, okay, where did we stop recording, or when did I, how much did I lose here? It looks like I didn't lose much. It looks like all that I lost really was just the shuffle of this, and I was chatting in that while that was going on, so I don't know in that what was lost, but maybe it will come up again, hopefully, if it's really, really needs to. But what was crazy is when I go back onto the camera and check where I ended, I stopped at where the cards exploded. Like, my mind is blown with the synchronicities here, like the signs and symbols that you can follow. Like, y'all, it's been a little crazy for me here recently. I love it though. But I want to see what this card has to say for you, and then we will close out your message, and I will, let you be on your merry way. So every card in this oracle deck comes with a transformation message that you may relate to, a meditation, an affirmation, and an action you can take. So for your card, the Not a Snowman mystery card, the transformation here is, it reads, as the snow falls and whips around you along your trek through the cold, you espy through the corner of your eye a small child shaping a form in the snow. What a beautiful practice, making a snowman. It brings back childhood memories and fond recollections as your memory whisks you away to a simpler time. But what's this? This snowman is no ordinary snowman. The scene transforms before you and a massive entity shows its form. It is the elusive child of mysterious elven craftsmanship, the snow unicorn. So if you'd like, you can close your eyes for this next part. Take a big breath in and exhale. The meditation reads, the snow unicorn invites you to ride a magical sled all the way down a magical mountain, giving a way to the heart of the earth. Along your journey, what mysteries do you find? Go deeper. Be exhilarated. Open your eyes to the wonders all around you. You can open your eyes again now. The affirmation here is, I open my heart to the great mysteries of life. I am deeply hidden. I am a deeply hidden mystery, just waiting to be formed. The action here is create a snowman or a sculpture in warmer climates, that is. Or if you're called to a sculpture, you can do that. The action here is create a snowman or a sculpture if you're in warmer climates. Use your hands and allow the mass of snow or clay to take shape before your very eyes as you bring a mystery to life. All right. I think that is a beautiful, beautiful reading, and you are incredibly strong. And I hope I get to encounter what it is that you are bringing into this world. If you found this helpful or you enjoyed it, please like. Don't forget to subscribe, share if you feel compelled to, and definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below. I really love to read them, and it makes my day and warms my heart. I love hearing from you guys. So I believe that's it for today, and I hope to see you guys in a future reading very soon. Bye!